Welcome back to What's Going on Seaville. I'm Lana Young and this is John M. We have your friend and mine, Trevor Przyuski.
Thank you.
Actor, right?
Yes, true.
Singer.
Guilty.
Writer.
Try to.
Educator.
Every single day.
Dad?
Yeah, that too, every day.
Husband?
Yeah, I do a lot of things.
Zombie? No.
No. Zombie whisperer.
Zombie whisperer.
Zombie whisperer.
That's right.
Well,
you were almost.
We should start there. Why are you a zombie whisperer?
We have a film coming out, Filmmakers Republic, that you guys are very familiar with. Danger Zombies Run.
We were co-stars.
Opening at the Paramount. It's not the world premiere, but the Charlottesville premiere at the Paramount, and it is a zombie film within a zombie film. And I'm fortunate enough to be in the film, and I got to play one of the characters. The basic premise of the film is that we have a low-budget film crew making a low-budget zombie film who then happen to get attacked by real zombies.
Fabulous.
So it's lots of craziness with zombies chasing zombies and figuring out who's who and
Who's real.
who's the real zombie, who's the actor zombie. I got to play Travis, who is the cameraman of the faux film crew, who I think the backstory is he's a Gulf War veteran or a veteran of some recent war who is struggling through some post-traumatic stress and also struggling through the medication that he's taking to combat it. So he's a little confused to begin with, and when the real zombies show up, you can imagine it makes things very confusing for poor Travis.
It makes Travis swear a lot.
Travis, yeah, and it's one of the things that I really was happy about playing Travis, because usually I've always played the nice guy, I'm the nice normal guy next door,
and I got to be
kind of the crazy swearing, ex-Marine guy. So.
If you'd cut that swearing down just a little bit, maybe your kids could actually watch you in something.
If I'd cut the swearing down a little bit, I might be in more of the film. Actually. I didn't think of that, because it was all kind of. There was no script. It was, and one of the great things about the film.
Talk about that a little bit.
One of the great things that was so fun to make the film, and I think it's going to be really fun for people to watch, is that the script of the film was there was no script to the film. There was a loose outline of what was going to happen, and most of the dialogue in the film. Is improv. We had an idea of who our characters were and what was supposed to happen, and then they rolled tape and we just had fun and kind of improv'd our way through the scenes, and it was a lot of fun. So I went into a lot of those scenes really just trying to imagine what this character would be thinking and saying, and a lot of what he said I can't repeat. You
were really great at that role.
It was fun.
You got to do that kind of, is it Apocalypse Now, or like one of those war movies when you start to freak out, and that's a tough thing to do, and you had a nice little sequence there.
And I have absolutely no real life experience in,
of course,
freaking out or any kind of drug-induced things like that. So I had to go completely just from like what I'd seen in other movies and what from friends have told me about that.
Actors' research.
Exactly.
See, that's great. That's very impressive.
And it was really a sort of a composite of, if you watch carefully, there's a couple of probably not so subtle homages to other, war films, just lines and things that kind of came to mind as I was rolling through it. But it really was fun to play that type because I don't get to do that often, and I really enjoyed it. And it's also one of the fun things about working with Brian Weimer, the director of the film. He just lets his actors go. He gives them the general premise and then trusts that they're going to deliver something interesting, something that he's going to be able to capture to make the film interesting. So he gives his actors a lot of leeway and a lot of freedom, and it's fun to work with somebody like that.
Yeah, we love that too.
So you're old friends with Brian, right?
Fairly old, yeah.
So you know of Filmmakers Republic from its inception and everything. Why don't you tell us about Filmmakers Republic?
Yeah, what is the Filmmakers?
The Filmmakers Republic is it's an informal network of people in the Charlottesville, Central Virginia area who love to make films. There's no kind of formal organization, but it's really a call to directors, cameramen, technicians, actors, makeup people, anybody who can contribute anything to the art of making film is invited to be part of the Filmmakers Republic. We meet once a month in the Ix building to talk about ideas that people have, to pitch projects, to find people who might have the skills and the know-how to add to the projects that we're working on. And it really is kind of an open call for people who are interested in making film. Danger Zombies Run was the first sort of test project of this idea. that we can bring all of these people together who are interested in it and utilize them and put them to work on a project. And we made a feature-length film in 2 days. And I think there were at least 100 people who contributed, from actors to caterers to the
voluntarily, might I add.
Yeah,
that's the Filmmakers Republic, is that it's all collaboration.
It's all collaborative, and I think there's a larger goal, I think, with the Filmmakers Republic. I mean, we all love to do this, and we all do it as a hobby. Some of us do it for a living. I mean, and that's the other great thing. There's a wide range of involvement from people who do this every day and make their bread and butter making film and doing this thing, to people who, like myself, have a real job and get a weekend off now and then to go off and make a film with Brian. But I think the larger goal, if there really is one, is to sort of show the local area, the state of Virginia, maybe even the larger world, that there's a lot of talent in this area, in this community, and that if you have a film project that you want to make, you don't have to go to LA or New York or Vancouver to make your film. That there are talented people, technicians, actors, directors right here in Charlottesville who can help you make that project and make it become real. And I was thinking of it before, and kind of, I guess the goal is, it would really be nice to see Charlottesville become to independent filmmaking what Athens was to independent music in the 80s. Just this place where all this talent happened to be, that just caught fire at the same time and had access to all the things to make it even better than it is, including financial support and the financial resources here to make these things happen. Because as we all know, the patrons of art are every bit as much important as the artists.
I think we are headed in that direction. I mean, the CVPA, the Charlottesville, Virginia Production Alliance, is very supportive. We've had some film initiatives come our way. So I think we're definitely heading that direction. Now, just quickly, you mentioned your day job.
Yes.
Tell us what that is.
I'm a teacher. I'm a high school teacher. Right now, for the last year or so, I've kind of stepped out of the classroom, and I'm an instructional coach. So I work with other teachers at the high school and middle school level, supporting them in developing more engaging curriculum and dealing with classroom management issues, finding technology resources, whatever they need. I'm sort of the kind of fix-all, catch-all support guy that just works with teachers to help make their lives a little easier and to make instruction better for the kids.
That's great. So you have to be a good listener to do that job, huh?
I do, and that's the biggest challenge for me. I love talking, as you can probably obviously tell. I love to talk, and it's been one of the things that I really had to learn, and I've actually learned a lot about myself and about other people by having to really practice that listening skill, and really listening not only to what people say, but to the things they don't say, the things they want to say, but they can't come out and say. And it's been a really good experience for me. And I think it's going to make me ultimately a better teacher when I do step back into the classroom. Fantastic.
You have an interesting degree, don't you?
Well, I have an English degree with a creative writing minor, but I also am endorsed in drama, history. I have my master's in teaching. So I have a pretty varied background.
That's fantastic. And a writer.
Yeah, I mean, I've written lots of different things. I used to edit law text when I was working my way through, through college, but I've written poetry, short fiction, everything. But recently, I just finished my first screenplay.
Yay!
Which I'm really excited about. And we're hoping that eventually we're going to get all the pieces in place after another draft or two to get that all in place and maybe even start filming by late summer or early fall.
Wow, fantastic.
That's the hope.
It's a great concept. Do you want to share it with us?
Sure. It's a story that was based on experiences I had while I was traveling around with a children's theater group in the early 90s. The idea behind the story and sort of the fact of the story is that I had fallen in with a group of just wonderful, crazy people who were going around doing stage adaptations of children's classic literature by day, and then just going out and ripping it up at night and just kind of breaking every single rule that we were preaching on stage to these little kids. And it really resulted in some incredibly funny scenes, but also some sort of harrowing events that sort of come out in the story, and I guess it's a dark comedy mixed with a buddy road trip film.
I love that.
You're a musician too.
Well, it's hard after listening to Christian Breeden and seeing Christian Breeden. It's hard to really refer to myself as a musician. I bang on the guitar a little bit. I learned enough guitar chords years ago to write songs again because it was the writing thing. I'm in a band that we play around as much as we can. Most of us are teachers or former teachers.
What's the band called?
The band is called Chalk.
Oh.
And and we play whenever we get the chance. Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
Clever.
So yeah.
Is that what you guys use as picks?
No, it breaks a lot. So
Well, right. Trevor, it's been so great to have you. And I just correct me if I'm wrong. They can find out information about the film on DangerZombiesRun.com.
You can go to DangerZombieRun.com. There's a Facebook page for Danger Zombies Run. If you're interested in getting involved with the Filmmakers Republic, there's also, I don't know if Filmmakers Republic has its own website, but if you go on Facebook, Filmmakers Republic, Republic with a K. If you look for Filmmakers Republic, you can find information about when the meetings are, projects that are being pitched and things that people are working on. And we invite,
everybody.
We invite anybody who wants to be involved, even just to come to a meeting and hear what's going on. Right. We invite people to come and join us because the more people involved, the bigger the vision, the bigger the projects that we can take on, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, for those of you who are watching, and it depends on when you're watching, if it's before October 30th, that is the date of the premiere, right? Of Danger Zombies Run at the Paramount Theater, 7 p.m. Get your tickets at the Paramount website. And for those of you who are watching after October 30th, you missed a great movie.
Well, there's going to be a showing in the Virginia Film Festival.
Thank you. Great.
Saturday, November 5th at the downtown Regal, I think at 11 p.m., late night show.
Fantastic. That's great. Well, thank you so much, Trevor.
It was my pleasure. Thanks for having me on. This was really fun.
Good. We really appreciate it. Maybe we can have you again sometime.
Anytime.
Maybe you can sing a song.
Sure. Christian can play the guitar.
All right. So thank you, Trevor, for joining us on the show. And stay tuned. We've got some food coming up from Marco and Luca.
Finally.
I'm hungry.